now that Netflix has signed a deal with Warner Bros. Discovery, could this mean the end of AEW? You see, a lot of fans have taken to social media and they have voiced their opinion on this deal. And a lot of them are saying that if AEW continues the way they're going right now, they very much could be fighting to be on a platform when 2028 comes around and their deal with TBS is up. Now, let's break this down, okay? WWE currently has a $5 billion deal with Netflix, and they're signed to a 10-year contract. And they take Raw, they take global streaming rights, they take over all of that. Netflix isn't even happy about that acquisition. As you can see, the shows, I mean, let's be transparent here. The shows started out up here, and as the year went on, they just went down in terms of quality, in terms of product enhancement, in terms of just everything that we see on television. It's gone down. Now, AEW is locked in to a contract with TNT and TBS until 2028. 27, 28 is the year. And the pay-per-views, they still stream on HBO Max, but Netflix now owns that platform, and you know they'll continue to dominate. WWE will continue to dominate the streaming push over AEW, simply because of the recognition that this company has. So this begs the question that a lot of fans are asking, and that is, will AEW have to fight for a platform to be on? Could they be taken off altogether? Where are they going to be when 2028 comes around and they're not performing because they're already operating at a disadvantage? Netflix already favors WWE as sort of the go-to pro wrestling show, the pro wrestling company. So now you can look at it and say, well, that's it for AEW. Or you could say that this could finally be the kick in the rear that Tony Khan needs, kick in the rear that AEW needs to get back to what was once their glory days. And we all know this, right before the pandemic hit. These guys were putting on incredible shows. People legitimately thought this is the company that's going to rival Vince McMahon. This is the company that's going to take over what WCW did. And we've seen them go from here down here. Same as WWE, their product has done, except their product has done this way faster. Way faster. So I'm looking at some of these quotes. This is just people off of Twitter. They're saying a bunch of things. They're saying this would likely mean that one company would have the rights to stream both WWE and AEW. It's not yet entirely clear how this move could affect AEW programming. We know how it could affect them. If they choose to continue to do what they do now, it's very likely that they'll be the first ones to be booted out of the deal. Another person says, will the streamer sabotage Tony Khan's challenger promotion to AWWE? WWE executives won't be happy about Netflix partnering with an organization that works with its main competitor, not unless it leads to AEW getting tossed aside. Again, that's the big concern right now. Netflix is now the major media partner for World Wrestling Entertainment, while WBD is the longtime broadcast home of AEW. If Netflix acquires WBD, which they now have, some are wondering what could that mean for AEW's future visibility, their distribution, their long-term stability. Long story short, I should say, this is now going to turn into a wrestling war. And as I said, if AEW decides to sit in the same chair that they've sat in and decide to stick to what they've been doing, WWE is is they can do what they do and still continue to thrive because their business is booming. I mean, they sign deals all across the world. They're having WrestleMania in 2 years happen in Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's just the beginning. Wait till they go to the UK, France, Germany, like just a bunch of different places. And their name continues to grow and grow and grow. If this continues to happen, AEW doesn't stand a chance because AEW cannot afford to stay where they are. If there's a company that needs to do better, we would hope they both do better. But if there's a company that certainly cannot sit down and just take it without potentially losing rights to broadcast, then that's AEW. And this is what the fans are saying. They're nervous because Netflix is already married to WWE. They're already in a long-term working relationship with this company. And AEW's future media rights deal suddenly looks uncertain. Now, again, we look at what this could mean for WWE. We've seen back in when WCW was riding that wave, and what was it? Was it 83 weeks? I think it was 83 weeks. They were beating WWE in the ratings. And that was like the closest any company got to really like giving it back to Vince McMahon, like really making this guy work to get the fans to change the channel and stick to WWF back in the day. I always like to give the benefit of the doubt first, always, because I believe that when it is competition like this, I mean, literally, like, who would have thought, who would have thought that the company that acquires both WWE streaming rights and AEW streaming rights, that they're the same company. And they're also in direct competition with each other. I really hope that this pushes AEW to do better. I hope this pushes WWE to do better because I believe it's going to be a win for the fans if this happens. If we keep going along the lines we have up until this point, then you can probably say that AEW is going to be in quite a predicament. Do I think they won't have a spot for TV or a spot for their shows? I think in the meantime, I think they might be able to bring up their ratings. They could do so. I mean, they still have time. This could be a wake-up call. But again, the debate is that does AEW risk being overshadowed, or could this acquisition open the door to a bigger stage for AEW as well? Right? Again, when you have a global phenomenon like WWE, that's literally that's number one. You've got to work harder at seeing what they're doing and what they're not doing and do it differently. And I think AEW has sort of, I mean, a lot of their matches, I mean, I don't watch AEW like that, and I'm not really much of a fanatic. But I can understand that they're trying to have a product that at least looks different. The question is, just because it looks different, does it mean that it's attracting more of an audience? Because you could be different, you could be unique, but if you're not connecting with the audience, if you're not connecting with what they're looking for, what they want, what happens is you build this sort of niche audience, and it kind of stays that way. It doesn't expand. And if AEW is looking to expand, which they have to do now, they need to think outside the box. They need to think about not what they've done, but what actually works, and how could they take what works and make it their own, put an AEW twist on it. You see, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help see this from a different perspective, because everybody likes to, pound the nail into AEW and just kind of, say that it's done. It's a done deal for them. They're going to go bankrupt. They're going to go out of business. But I believe competition really does help everybody. So I do hope that something good comes out of this. I'd like to hear your comments in the comments below. Let me know. Could we see a WCW, WWE, ECW kind of like rivalry here? Could we see that? Could we actually see something come out of that? Or does WWE look at AEW and say, we don't even care? We're doing so great, we don't even care. If you guys lose rights after your deal is up, amazing, great for us. We're going to continue to do what we do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell because I'll be dropping videos daily. Throughout the day, I post a bunch of shorts as well, so you guys can get snippets of this content, and you can watch as you're on the road, at home, at work, wherever you might be. So thank you all for your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.